So today I have something special for you. So we're going to talk about 10 new thrillers that are coming out. And I know I don't normally read thrillers, but I have to say some of these sound excellent. And if you are a fan of thrillers, I'm sure you're going to be really excited about these. So the first one is called Resuscitation, and it comes out September 16th, so about a week from now. And it says, Blake Harrow thought his days of combat were behind him. Haunted by the deaths of his squad in Afghanistan, the reclusive EMT only wants to serve quietly and keep his demons buried. But when a late-night ambulance call nearly collides with a speeding police SUV, Blake stumbles into a nightmare, a roadside massacre, an armed imposter posing as a cop, and a trail leading straight to East Fork's urgent care clinic. That sounds really good. Very exciting. The next one is coming out October 15th, and this one is called The Woman Downstairs. And it says, on the first day I met my new neighbor, we share a glass of wine and talk into the night. We swap numbers and I vow to get to know her better. But as I get closer to her, I discover something about her past that changes everything. She isn't who I thought she was. Then when I step into her home, my jaw drops. Everything in here is identical to my own flat. Every cushion, every picture on the wall. Except for the knife covered in blood. My heart pounds in my chest. What has she done? What is she capable of? So that one sounds terrifying, but good. So the next one comes out September 2nd, and it's called Gunpowder Creek. And it says, Friday, 1:30 p.m., Emily Barnes is finishing work for the week, ready for a break from her laptop. Then she receives a panicked voicemail from her son, Zach, punctuated by a gunshot. Mom, please, I need your help. I've done something stupid. They're coming for me. By 4 p.m., she's driving a stolen car out of Perth with explicit instructions from Zach's captors. In 3 days, deliver the car to Gunpowder Creek, a ghost town 900 kilometers deep into the West Australian outback. Miss the deadline and Zach dies. And don't open the boot, which would be the trunk. Ugh, okay, I wonder what's in the trunk. The next one comes out September 30th, and this one's called Twist It River. It says, when charity worker Kate and website designer Rory, a married couple in their 30s, return from their European holiday, they make a nightmare discovery. Their credit cards have been canceled, their bank account has been emptied, and their phones and internet have been cut off. Isn't that everyone's fear? Their house in the New South Wales coastal town of Kiama has been rented out as a holiday let, and their dog and pet sitter have disappeared. However, meanwhile, Kate's work colleagues have received copies of her handwritten resignation letter, posted from Paris, filled with insults and lurid allegations. The pain isn't over yet, not by a long shot. Someone has set out to destroy Kate and Rory Porter's lives, and their anonymous enemies' motivations are a mystery. Oh my goodness, can you imagine? That would be horrible. So the next one comes out November 4th, and it's called Softly Calls the Devil. It says, things are going well for Matt Buchanan. After some hard times, life is peaceful as sole charge constable for the small, isolated settlement of Haste on New Zealand's wild west coast. He's made friends among the locals, won their trust, and keeps their little world safe. And he's working in spectacular surroundings, the fierce Tasman Sea, the dense beech forest, the dark cold swamps, the snowy southern Alps. But then his much-loved predecessor, Gus, is discovered beside a river with a bullet through his head. He's been looking into a disturbing murder-suicide from 1978. The parents' bodies were found, but not their daughters. Suspecting a darker truth, Matt is certain the answers can't be too far away in this close-knit community. How does former Forest Service Ranger Liam, with his gang links, fit into the story? What about Joe, the alcoholic hermit, whose knowledge and intelligence seem so at odds with his appearance and lifestyle? So it looks like he's got his work cut out for him to find out what's going on. So the next one comes out November 11th, and this one's called Dead and Gone. It says Detective Fraser Brody is at a chilling crime scene on the Isle of Harris. Local aristocrat Lord Edwin Devlin has been brutally murdered, his skull bashed in. The violent and bloody scene is all the more shocking for the fact that the victim was 80. As forensics comb for evidence, they uncover a second body, but this crime is not recent. Why are these remains on the Devlin estate, and are the two deaths somehow connected? With the help of his team, D.I. Fraser Brody must race to find the killer and solve a crime that threatens to tear apart this small community. Okay, so 2 murders far apart. Okay, and the next one is called The Missing Boyfriend, and it comes out October 14th. And it says when Olivia Reed comes home to find her boyfriend Callum gone, not just missing, but vanished without a trace, her life begins to unravel. His clothes, his photos, every sign he ever existed wiped clean. It's as if Callum was never real at all. But Olivia remembers. She remembers his touch, his voice, the way he made her feel. So why can't anyone else remember him the same way? And why do the fragments of his past seem to crumble under scrutiny? As Olivia digs deeper, determined to uncover the truth, the lines between memory and her own past begin to blur. And what she finds isn't just about Callum, it's about her, about the secrets she's buried, the things she's tried to forget, because the most dangerous lies are the ones we tell ourselves. All right, these sound so exciting, they really do. So the next one is called What Happened to Lucy Vale? And this one's out. This one came out September 1st. It says, who in their right mind would move into the Faraday house with its grim history and a generation spent rotting and untended? Rachel Vale and her daughter Lucy. They arrived unexpectedly, yet with peculiar purpose, to Woodward, Indiana, to rent the most infamous house in town. Here, 16 years ago, Nina Faraday vanished without a trace, and her mother was found hanging from an apple tree in the front yard. It's the stuff of ghoulish fascinations and dark imaginings. Old rumors are stirred up all over again by an online community of teenagers now fixated on Lucy, the new girl in school. Poor kid. Especially when Lucy's shattering romance with the swim team star become another small-town obsession. This time the kids in Woodward will be asking, what happened to Lucy Vale? Parallel mysteries soon converge about 2 teenage girls nearly 2 decades apart, both consumed by the stories and suspicions of others. Only a mother can bring the truth to devastating light. Oh my, it sounds good, but it sounds a little heartbreaking too. I always feel sorry for teenagers when they get things happening on the internet. The next one is called Please Don't Lie, and this one came out September 1st as well, so it's already out. It says 2 years ago, Haley Stone lost everything. First, her parents died in a devastating fire. Then her sister overdosed, leaving Haley alone and hounded by a media circus that turned her family's tragedy into tabloid fodder. When her new husband suggests a fresh start in the Adirondacks, the promise of anonymity in an isolated mountain town feels like salvation, but the mountains hold darker secrets than she ever imagined. Her once loving husband grows distant and volatile. The widow down the road keeps spewing vague accusations. Not even their new friends, a free-spirited couple living on the property, can help Haley shake the creeping sense that something is off. As winter edges closer, Haley discovers that her sanctuary is anything but safe. Trapped and isolated, she faces a terrifying truth. In trying to escape her past, she may have run straight into something far more dangerous. Okay. That's very mysterious. All right, and the last one comes out October 22nd, and it's called Perfect Wives. On a sunny Saturday morning, 3 women from the exclusive gated community of Magnolia Close walk into their local police station. One by one, they all confess to the murder of their neighbor. The officer takes statements from Tasha, the overwhelmed mother also struggling under the weight of caring for her parents, Beth, the quiet one desperate for another baby but unable to fall pregnant, and Georgie, the one whose life seems so dazzlingly glamorous on the surface. Each woman has a life, a family that they don't want to lose. Each woman has a reason for wanting Johnny dead. Each woman claims she killed him. All of them are lying. Oh my. Okay. So those sound excellent, and I confess I may just have to slip a few into my TBR because they sound so exciting. So anyway, I hope you saw something, heard something on the list that you liked, and maybe you can check some of them out as they come out. All right. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.